so Eddie Hearn says that Devin Haney may be taking the Leon Paro fight in Australia December 7th, probably 8th in the States or 9th in the States or something like that, I heard. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Now, he was also saying that, you know, one of the plans was to do Regis and Jack Catterall. The winner fight Leo Paro. That's got pushed back. Camboso was a name I heard. Where it all sound like they close to a deal on that, so they could be turning to to Devin Haney fighting for the IBF. He don't have the WBC no more, so you know, Devin do got a profile in Australia. Paro's Australian, so he'd be going, you know, to the fight and trying to get the IBF. So, you know, it should have been a unification fight, but y'all notice how they quick to strip some people and not quick to strip others. You know, and a lot of that, you know, sometimes it got to do with ethnic background. Sometimes it got to do with the powers that be, the promoters. So the WBC don't have any. It's nothing consistent that they go by. It's just how they feel or who the particular fighter is they want to show favoritism to. So, you know, I know people were saying, well, Andre Ward and Eddie wasn't hating and all that. Man, fuck both of them. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I say that straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that, you know, because they sit here and, you know, he talk about this guy being a pet offender, then you work with him. Have some morality then. Have some morality. He don't have no morality. Same dude that threw Dillian White in the Oscar Rivas in the ring with Dillian White while he was on that super juice. Same guy that worked with Dillian White, and how many times he been popped hot? Stop playing with me. Like I said, what I be saying about this shit, man. I really don't even have a horse in the race. That's why I'm stopped talking boxing, because it's become dumb. It's become dumb. You got a bunch of used car salesmen trying to sell y'all a bunch of used car at a new car rate. Like, get out of here. Beat it. Ain't nothing gonna change in this sport. Nothing. But yeah, I don't fuck with him. I wouldn't do no more business with him. But in boxing, you ain't got no choice. You gotta do business with your enemies. And you know, if you go to Australia, I mean, shit, you know, in my humble opinion, if I had a belt, I would go over there and do a unification. But I don't got a belt. But, you know, Parro good, solid fighter, strong fighter. I believe he jumped T.O. T.O. jumped him for a WBO title shot. He might have jumped T.O. on them, too. I can't remember how it went. Because Jose Ramirez went to go take legal action. You know, so... You know, I guess Devin would say, well, I became a two-time, you know, junior welterweight champion. And the WBC, you know, they gave since I'm tripping so much, they gave the belt to a PED offender. Like, come on, guy that popped hot for PEDs. You know, where do y'all draw the line at you supporting this sport? That's what I want to know. Where do you draw the line at? Y'all don't care about the entertainment value being piss poor. You don't care about dudes, them saying F you. So now we cool with PEDs, then why are we drug testing? That's all I want to know. If we're going to keep rewarding PED offenders with multiple opportunities, whether it's Canelo, Jarrell Miller, Dillian White, whether it's Alberto Puello, whether it's Ryan Garcia, like, come on, they fight once a year anyway. What's the point? That's what I want to know. What's the point? Seriously, what's the point? That's all I want to know. What's the true point? Why test? I've always said that. Why test? If y'all gonna still fight, if it ain't gonna matter. But Parro and Haney, it's a good fight. It's a winnable fight for Parro. You got a guy like Devin coming off the performance he came. No diddy. You know, in all, he fought a good fight. You know, people say, well, you know, it was the power, was the dip. Like, bruh, if I take something that helped me cut weight, Guess what? I get to maintain power. As the rounds go by, I can carry my power. If I drain somebody like Tank drained them, just using it as an example, no pun intended, guess what? I'm not going to have the same snap on my punches. But if I got something that helped me cut the weight, without losing the muscle mass, without putting the stress on my body, and I can maintain my power, like I said before, I would love anybody that's saying I'm lying or opposed to what I'm saying. I would love for y'all to come on the show and prove me wrong. And I would love to see your credentials dealing with steroids, with physical performance. I would love to know your credentials. I would love to know them. Don't come back, back in the 70s. Nah, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that. What you look like now? What's your credentials? When the last time you lifted weights? What you know about supplements? What you know about working out? What you know about the human anatomy? And most niggas don't know nothing. Those niggas can't even find the clitoris. You know what I'm saying? At all. Just keeping it funky. Tell me. And that's why these dudes, they argue on the internet so much about boxing. It's never about nothing about boxing. It's never about your credentials. Like a nigga like the dude Daddy told Greg Hackett, you 3-12, and you, what is your record then? The man won in the ring. You've never fought in the ring. And you start asking these dudes historically, what do they know about the sport? They know nothing. There's niggas in the sport of boxing. There's people in boxing. They say, well, the fans can't speak about boxing because they never boxed. Right? But you got professional trainers or coaches that never boxed. That start off with y'all so quick to disrespect the fans. The media members. A bunch of y'all coaches ain't never fought, let alone fought at a high level. So I find that the hypocrisy in that quite funny. And a lot of these fighters just be thinking that all the fans want, man, dude, if you run up on me, I will not hesitate to send you to Jamaica. And you take that however you want to send it. Don't think because, oh man, I fight. Yeah, you fight. You got that? Don't think you still can't get your ass whooped neither. You know what I'm saying? It's a street fight. And they be talking all that greasy shit, man. Like, y'all niggas 5'5", bro. Niggas make 2 or 3 of y'all. Not about to exchange blows with you. But back on a serious note, I think it's a good fight for Devin. Come back, get a world title, Australia, you probably get more love in Australia than you get from the States. And that's saying a lot, because if you know the history of Australian and melanated people, if you know anything about that history, I just know a little bit about it. Those was indigenous people of Australia. And go look up and see what they did to them people. So for him to go over there as a brother, and he probably gets celebrated more over there than he do over here. This is why you got singers like Alexander O'Neal. For years he relocated to the UK. This is why, is it Tina Turner, who I think before she passed, she relocated to like Switzerland or something like that. They were saying they was getting more play and more celebration over there from fans overseas than they got it in their own country. Stephon Marbury, was a great NBA player, had an attitude issue like most New Yorkers do. That's why Sebastian Telfair ain't do what he's supposed to do, because he thought the world revolved around him. And when niggas in New York find out the world is bigger, and they don't need niggas that think like this. Niggas from Chicago, Detroit, Houston, LA, nobody else think like that but them. On a serious note, Florida, Ohio, nobody else think like this but them. They feel like they the only floss niggas in the world. They feel like the world revolves around them. If you go to New York, you understand why they feel that way. When they get into the real world and they just another, my Bill Bellamy voice, they just another statistic. They find out quick, fast, and hurry. It's not they don't have the ability or the mental capacity to. Some of them don't. Some of them niggas just batshit crazy, straight up and down. Some New York niggas just, you know what I'm saying? But when they, most of them have the majority of them have the mental capacity to do so. When they get out here and think and find out that the world don't revolve around them and the world bigger than them, a lot of times they end up eating Vaseline, pun intended. Kobe gonna get mad because I said that. But but yeah, he went over to China and found his peace and his celebration in China. And it's the Michael Jordan in China. So sometimes, we think the world is America and that's it, and that's where it's starting to begin at. But sometimes, and you hear these brothers going overseas, traveling, and a lot of them finding, femininity. Some of them finding peace, happiness, better food quality, better life quality for what they're trying to do. So your happiness ain't always where you think it should be. It's never where you think it should be. Honestly. Most of the times the woman that you with, you trying to stay with because of aesthetics, or you feel like you can't get another woman, or you feel like you in debt to her, and your woman that you should be with be right in front of your face. But it ain't never what we need, it's what we want. And once you put your needs above your wants, you get in trouble. And like in real life, when niggas have problems budgeting their life out. When you put what you want above what you need, well, I need lights, I need gas, I need a roof over my head, I need transportation. You start putting Jordans over that. You start putting trips over that. You start, I was talking to my girl the other day. She was talking about one of her friends, dudes was getting mad and getting physical with her because he wouldn't lend her $2,000 to pay his rent because she tricked all his money off on hoes. So, tricking can become an addiction. A lot of these niggas trick on OnlyFans. A lot of them trick on virtually on buying porn and buying all this stuff. And, they ain't even, some of these dudes ain't even tricking on no tangible booty. They tricking on, online and stuff. I know dudes that, hear stories about dudes that go in the strip club and they finesse them off some bread. So you got to kind of understand the game too, So, but hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, we'll drop video. Hit the link tree, check out the Patreon, please do that. Please check out my Patreon and my Diddy Voice. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Peace.